So in a Facebook post, you mentioned that your friends are Holocaust deniers.
Oh yeah. Um, so I've got a good friend that I like to play games with, and it just so happened that we started talking about, I guess, politics briefly, and then we brushed up against the subject about Holocaust denial jokingly, and then came up that he actually was a Holocaust denier, and he said such things as, "I don't see any proof for it," or like, "Sure, a lot of Jews died, but I think the numbers were misrepresented," or he also said he believes in other things like meme magic and the ancient god Kek. Uh, some pretty crazy things.
Wow.
I'll tell you one thing. Uh, I like how there's Holocaust deniers when, I mean, here's the thing. I understand atheists because there's no way to prove if the supernatural really exists. But, with the Holocaust, there's actual photographic evidence of the Jewish and internment camps basically being reduced to skin and bones, all being piled up on top of each other. They're all naked. How would you
Yes,
deny that they were not being massacred?
I'm not really sure. They figure out ways to do it, like from stuff being staged to like numbers being fudged. Like you have eyewitness testimony of uh, um, the personnel who would work at the internment camps, who would say, so and so numbers died, but then when historians go to confirm whether or not the numbers were accurate or not, you have numbers being incorrect. I think that's what they use, and they also use the fact that Hitler never explicitly said to carry out the mass extermination of the Jews. I guess that's another piece of evidence, but he talks about it a lot in Mein Kampf, even though he doesn't like explicitly say, you know, he's carrying out the orders, or if it has been found for some reason, you know, it's discussed in great detail. So I guess your question is as good as mine on, you know,
Yeah.
why Holocaust deniers even exist. It's pretty crazy, but supposedly a lot of them do. Well, I had to look up the actual numbers of how many exist, but I was actually surprised to see how many did. I think like what, 2/3 of the world? I don't know. Let me see.
I mean, well, I think it was. I think they're okay to debate how many actually died in the thing, but they probably should not say that it was as overblown as it's too overblown because there's still because another thing is that contrary to popular belief, there are still plenty of living Holocaust survivors, and if you were to ask them, they would. They're not. None of them are going to tell you it was a nice thing or that it wasn't a devastating thing. It would be different if this was like the Boston Massacre. Like the Boston Massacre was something that was way overblown by the press in order to push the Revolutionary War, or another thing about. I don't know if the Boston Massacre was before or after the war, but
Well, and
the
plus,
tensions between the U.S.
and
What?
and plus, that's not in our recent lifetime. This is.
Yeah, like everyone from back then is dead. So the only evidence of what happened are from accounts that survive via written form. The Holocaust, like I said, there's still people alive that were involved with it. Whether it be Nazi soldiers who were running the camps or whether it be survivors.
Yeah.
So
I'm not a Holocaust denier, so I don't know what evidence people use to sort of try to justify their beliefs. But um, The Atlantic says that only 54% of the world's population has ever heard of the Holocaust. So I think what I said may have been close. I wonder how many deniers, though, exist. Trying
I
to.
mean, well, I would imagine most people that know about it live in the United States or Europe. I'm pretty sure undeveloped countries don't really care, but because they don't have proper education, a lot of countries. But yeah, I could see how only about a little bit more than half of people know about it, because not a lot of people were educated about it.
How? Even especially in America.
Oh, it's one. It's
Well,
one
in the
third of
U.S., a lot of people should know about it because it's part of history classes.
1/3 of the world. Okay, so yeah, it's 1/3 of the world.
Oh, 1/3 of the world's population doesn't know about it. Well, that's kind of
No.
What?
1/3 of the world doesn't believe the Holocaust happened.
Oh,
Half the
1/3
world
doesn't
know.
believe it happened.
1/3 denies
What?
it.
Oh my God.
Many
don't get-
hold anti-Semitic views. Global survey reveals.
Well, it's probably like the same thing with 9/11, how people think 9/11 was staged, even though there's actual, not even photographic evidence, but there's actual video evidence and live news coverage that shows the planes actually hitting the towers. And then there's people saying, oh, the government staged that to do the war on terror. Why would they kill 3,000 people? Then again, I don't know.
One of the stupidest ones I saw on YouTube was like, 9/11 was a fake. There was a ball that was holding up the side of the tower that collapsed out of it. It's like, go fuck yourself, dude.
Then again, on 9/11 itself, a lot of people were making fun of it. Even Chris Chan himself made fun of 9/11, albeit indirectly.
Then
Yeah.
again, Chris Chan isn't a good person.
Yeah,
No.
there are a lot of deniers everywhere. Some people are saying those kids getting shot was a staged. Those shootings at the kindergarten were staged too. Like they all faked it, and all the funerals were fake. All those kids didn't die; they never existed.
Are you kidding? If you're talking about Newtown, when that shooting happened, my high school was royally fucked over because my high school, which had an outdoor campus in mind for getting to your different classes, was now shut down. Its outdoor campus.
I think it was.
So we have to use the cramped hallways.
It might have been that
Get
one too,
around.
but
That was so dumb.
I think it was talking about the Sandy Hook one. Was that same place?
That is Newtown.
Okay.
That is Newtown.
Yeah, he's like
That is Newtown.
He was like, it's all fake, and that if you get and like he tried to get $5,000 to prove otherwise.
Oh my
He
God.
wanted people to send their death certificates and funerals and all that stuff.
What a fucking asshole.
Yes.
Yeah, well, not to mention the overall high school response in the state of Connecticut was pretty bad. You know what's funny?
What?
The shooting happened at the school where it happened. They had a locked door policy, not too dissimilar to what all of the schools in the state ended up introducing after the shooting. They had the exact same one. You were only able to enter through the main entrance. Once the day began. So you might be wondering, how'd the shooter get in? Well, simply put, plenty of the doors leading into the school were made of glass. So he took his rifle, pew, pew, pew through the glass, he got in.
So then we need to make it so that they're not glass anymore. Like my elementary school had that locked door policy.
Oh, nope. Don't want to. All they want to do is lock the doors the same way. My high school, practically all of the doors leading inside are made of glass. Well.
Yeah, mine was too.
Dude.
So, and
my freaking elementary school, nonetheless, was made out of pure metal doors on the outside that locked.
in fact, They were so cheap, they didn't even do the same thing my middle school did. My middle school, well, they had this before the shooting.
Yeah.
My middle school had electronic locks that could be maintained from the principal's office. Literally, all you had to do was hit a buzzer. They would ask you what you needed, why you need to come into the school. You answer, they could see you on a security camera, and then they open the lock and they let you in. And this was at the front entrance too. They did not install such a thing at my high school after the shooting, and they just left the front entrance wide open with just a single security card sitting at the entrance to sign people in.
Yeah.
God forbid a shooting were to happen. There is nothing stopping the shooter from going through the front entrance or going through one of the glass doors. And because of the fact that this school has an outdoor campus in mind and is not designed for kids to be walking around only in the hallways, during passing time between classes, the school is literally flooded with kids. You have nowhere to walk. So if a shooter came during passing time, all the students would be fucked. They would have nowhere to run. The shooter can just mow them down. It's a dangerous scenario waiting to happen, and I hope it does not happen.
Yeah, I graduated high school literally 1 year before Columbine happened, so I think I missed all that stuff. I don't think anything happened before Columbine that I'm aware of, anything major. So I missed all that stuff.
Some school shootings before Columbine.
But I think that was the first. I think that was the first one that like got national attention. I think.
Yeah, like there was a fairly infamous shooting, like I think in the late 70s or early 80s, where a teenage girl who I guess kind of had some kind of mental issues, she got a rifle for her 16th birthday, and her house was right in front of an elementary school. So one day, she just took her brand new rifle, aimed at kids who were going to school at the start of the day, and just started shooting at them.
But
She shot, I think, she shot about 8 kids, plus the principal and a security guard. Thankfully, all the kids survived, but the principal and security guard died.
How about you, Brett?
That is incredibly fucked up.
Is there anything like near your base that happened, like shooting wise, deniers?
Near my high school, actually, yeah. This was actually like a few weeks ago, as a matter of fact. But there was a shooting because I live relatively close to the high school, and there's a street called Huron Street, and there was a shootout between police and a murderer near my high school, and the high school got shut down pretty much right away.
How close are you to Columbine?
I'm not very close at all.
Because isn't Columbine your state?
I believe so, yes.
Yeah, because I'll admit I have no idea why they did this, but after the Columbine shooting happened, they just left the school running and they just memorialize it every year. When Newtown happened, they just tore down the school and rebuilt it somewhere else using Patrick Star logic. And
it's ruined now. Tear it down.
Okay. Push. Push.
That's the most retarded thing I've ever heard.
I mean, they claim it's the little kids are gonna be mentally scarred by going in this building. How about the I don't like Mondays girl? Because yeah, remember that girl that was shooting the kids from her house? When they caught her, when they asked her why she did it, she claimed, I don't like Mondays.
Yes, I'm sure.
When she,
because I'm sure at the school.
Yeah, she did that to a bunch of what?
Because I'm sure it's the school itself and not the crazy gun maniac that scarred them. So, like I said, what you, Brett? You have any incidences that you had to deal with since you're Navy or are you at the Washington base or where are you at?
You mean like shootings?
Yeah.
For me?
Yeah.
Not really. I think I've been lucky enough not to see anything like that. I mean, sure, we get like terrorist threats every now and then, but that's like pretty common. I'm at the Norfolk Naval Station. I can't really reveal too much more
All right.
at risk of my own safety, but I can say that I haven't had any shootings just because I've been really lucky. But we do get threats every now and then. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that really big of a deal. I was surprised that when you said that. Did you go to Columbine High School?
Who?
I did not.
Lamont?
No,
You
I'm in
said
Ohio. I live in Ohio. I said I
you live
graduated.
in Ohio.
I said I graduated high school a year before Columbine happened, so all this extra
Oh,
security stuff I didn't have to deal with that much.
Yeah, Columbine is located in Colorado.
It's like I missed it by 1 year.
okay.
I think I carried my senior year. I had to carry IDs with me, my school ID, everywhere I went. But really, it was not pretty much nothing to do there. It was like pretty calm. So I missed all of it. I missed all of it. Yay! But yay, I missed all of it. All the gun checks, all the everything else, all the probably. I think there probably might be some drug dogs there, but other than that, it was that big a deal. It wasn't that big a deal when I was in school. At least where I lived. Missed it by
Any of you
that
guys,
much.
any of you guys seen any of the crazy like clown stuff going on?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, yeah. People are there's clowns going around killing people or beating them up at least. People in clown costumes.
Fuck.
Is
I
it
don't
because of the
think they're
It
killing.
remake?
I'm actually not sure. Surprised you've never heard of it though. That's kind of like I don't know. It's weird. It's not really making much headlines, but it's still making headlines.
Yeah.
You ever
All
heard
the
of,
sightings.
yeah. So you
Yeah, I
ever,
never heard of that.
oh, yeah. Yeah, it's on the news articles. Look it up on Google or whatever.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, spikes and creepy clown sightings, hoaxes with more arrests. Why it's
The only thing
happening?
that sounds like similar to that is like people walking on people's porches and smashing pumpkins or something. I don't know why.
These are actually beating people up or killing them. I think, and they're wearing clown costumes. I don't know they're killing them, but they're hurting them very badly.
That's strange. I haven't heard of that at all.
I think what they're saying. Let me see. For those worried about the repeated reports of creepy clowns across the country, there's good news and there's bad news. According to the good news, many of the sightings are without evidence. Are likely to die down within a few weeks before fading into a historical footnote. The bad news is the panic will just come back, if not next year or year after, then a year after that.
Clown deniers.
Yeah, it looks like the clown sightings that people see. They trace back to the 80s. Reports of phantom clowns trying to abduct children. Ooh.
I think that's when the first It movie came out. The late 80s, around the 80s.
But I've never seen it,
Really,
unfortunately.
it freaked me out when I was a kid at the time. Clown living in the sewer, killing kids. Sucked one kid through a drain pipe.
Was it like a creepy Halloween clown
Kind of.
movie, or is it?
He was played by God, what was his name? He always plays a villain. The guy who always plays a villain in everything he does.
I wonder if you've
What?
seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space. That one's
Oh,
pretty
I don't
funny.
know that.
Me either.
I think I heard the name, but I never seen that.
Let's see.
Oh man, it looks like the majority of clown sightings are faked or something like that. Because there's no evidence. But looks like this still saying you should be careful.
Tim Curry played the clown. Tim Curry.
In It.
Yeah.
In It, Tim Curry played the clown.
Yeah, he plays the villain and everything. Right? I don't think I've seen anything he's played in as a good guy.
He voiced Nigel Thornberry in The Wild Thornberries.
I guess 1 out of like 500.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
else is he also known for?
So either of you have friends that are Holocaust deniers?
No.
Oh,
No.
I think one of my grandfathers was a Holocaust survivor.
oh, survivor. That's different.
Not denier, a survivor.
So he definitely wouldn't deny it then.
Definitely not. I couldn't ask him because he's been dead for like over 20 years. But my grand told me that supposedly he survived the war because after the internment camp started to collapse, after the Nazis started abandoning them because of the approaching Allied troops, he just simply left. Yeah.
Hey, Lamar, have you what made you stop playing World of Warcraft? Because I noticed you'd been on for a while.
My 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. work schedule. Too tired to do anything else when I get out home.
Oh man, that sounds like it's rough.
Yeah.
All right, Vandalia, I'm looking up Tim Curry. Okay.
Have you talked to Gabe or Clayton or anybody? Have you have you had them on at all since the last time?
No, I talked to them yesterday and they were a bit busy. Well, see if they want to join you, but I've talked to them occasionally on the messenger site on the YouTube, not YouTube, the Facebook messenger podcast with the discussion site. But at least I talked to Gabe.
I think Gabe's going. He's getting ready probably to go to grad school because he's going to be graduating soon.
Yeah.
And talking to Clayton's always kind of a coin toss because he sometimes never replies. It's a little weird.
Yeah, neither one of you guys have made videos in a while.
Oh yeah, that's just because I've been really busy.
Yeah.
Work and all. I'm definitely going to make more than likely when I start school.
Cool,
and I get out of the military.
Because I'm still waiting for part two, a few of your part 2s already, like your King James part 2 and your Flat Earth part 2 and your.
Oh yeah, I'm still working on those. I actually have most of the part 2s worked through. I think King James deleted his account, I'm pretty sure, recently. Like, his account was removed. So, but I think he did that last time too. He might have a new account. I don't know. We'll see. When I put up the part 2 of the King James series, he might comment on the video. Maybe.
Yeah.
He resides in my state though. He's actually kind of lives close by me, so.
Yeah, I remember when he was on the podcast last season for a guest appearance. He was also a vaccine denier too.
Wait, what?
Were you there for that?
You got him on the podcast?
Yeah, for like one episode.
Oh.
I don't know if you're there or not, but he doesn't like vaccines. He's one of those autism vaccine people.
Really?
Yeah, he mentioned it on the thing.
Stages. How's he able to go to public school? I'm pretty sure public schools deny him access if he doesn't have vaccine. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he still gets them because he graduated high school recently. That'd be my guess. But he probably gonna. He probably will stop getting him now. Maybe if he goes to college, he'll get him. I don't know. That's weird.
You can look it up. It was in the hashtag activist episode.
Hashtag activist episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to look at that. Just because out of morbid curiosity, I want to see what what that guy said.
Yeah. After a
That's
while,
weird.
he's the reason. I think he's the one that made. Besides Google Hangouts being dropped, he's the one that made reasons I switched to Skype because he kept on after we disconnected from the call because we got bored with him. He was talking too much. He kept on coming back to the call. We kept dropping him.
Well, Vandalia, I just looked. Sorry. I just looked it up. You're right. Tim Curry's practically a villain in everything he's in. Nigel Thornberry's like the one big exception.
Hey,
Anyways, continue what you were saying.
let me see. How do I spell your YouTube name? Oh wait.
Vandalia, 1998.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay, I found it. Let's see. VNDL. A. 8. I might not be able to find it. Do you have like a link to it?
Yeah, I'll link it to you. You three talk about you, what I'm looking for. You three talk about a subject, any subject.
To have a new subject.
Yeah, talk about something. Otherwise, this is dead air.
Apparently, Lindsay Lohan almost had to get her finger amputated.
What?
That she was in a boating accident. No, the article is freaking clickbait. It says Lohan's finger severed in boating accident. And then you click on it, and then they say it was almost severed.
What the hell?
I want blood.
Oh, and apparently a god player at Call of Duty just died in a car accident.
Oh well, he played Call of Duty. Who cares?
That's not nice.
Well,
I hate those games. Those are stupid games.
did he
Hey, Black Ops 3.
did he
you
play
don't-
it? Did he play it while driving?
I hope not.
If he did, then that would just be fucking ridiculous.
Oh, you know what else is fucking ridiculous? So I saw you remember that Terminator 3 game that I wanted to still do a review on, and I have to edit it together? Well, I told
Yep.
this earlier. I saw a review of it completed 2 months ago. He said the game was awesome. He said a lot of love was poured into it, and he said the difficulty of the game was fair. I can agree the graphics of the game look nice, and you can tell that they understood the source material to some extent. But... Oh, another thing that got to me is that he said it was a better version of the Terminator 3 movie. To me, it's no different. They just added an unnecessary subplot to pad out the game. And the biggest thing that got me is that he said the difficulty was fair.
When it's
He
not
says
fair.
controls work perfectly fine. If you die, it's your own fault. A good half of the game is nothing but driving. And literally all you do is drive with the left stick. It's done to do everything, accelerating and turning. How are you supposed to maintain 100 mile per hour speeds, which you have to do, because if you slow down even a little bit, you'll miss your objective and fail and have to restart the whole level again?
I linked the video in the
And-
Skype chat for you.
Thank you.
Well,
There it
anyway,
is.
yes. So, well, that happened, but so
What?
you have to drive at speeds that make the cast of the Fast and the Furious movies blush, which I actually say in the video that I recorded, the review that is, and you have to make really sharp turns at the same time. Slow down even a little bit, you fail.
Yeah, I think I was 14 or 15 when they stopped the federal speed limit. Until like then, all states were like 55. Then after that, I think all states got their own speed limit.
Yeah. Well,
Like I think I heard.
too bad. You
I
got it at top speeds.
I heard
And
at the time.
well,
At the time I heard Montana.
What?
At the time I heard Montana was as long as you're safe. It
wow.
could be like 100 or something.
Maybe
I
that's-
guess.
I don't know. I don't care.
I think
it's saying California, but I might be wrong.
I think,
But anyways,
I think they raised it or lowered it at the time because of some gas thing or something in the 70s.
wow.
That's what I heard. I wasn't alive in the 70s. They made it all 55 for some gas shortage reason, I think.
Yeah. Well, anyways, so there's that problem. And then you're telling me that one section of the game where you have to shoot a whole army of Terminators to prevent a counter from rising to 1,000. And at one point, that counter goes up faster than you can kill the Terminators.
Is that from your review from last year?
And you just keep going for 5 minutes straight, like probably even longer.
Is that from your unfinished review from last year?
It's my unfinished review from last year, and I just saw another review on it where the guy overly praised the game, saying it's a perfect Terminator game and that he highly recommended it, and it kind of pissed me off. Like, did he actually play all the way through the game and see how frustrating and unfair it is?
Oh.
I mean, he's free to have his own opinion, but to me, I just don't get it.
Well,
How? He says, oh, it's the perfect balance of difficulty. It's not too hard, not too easy. It's hard as fucking balls.
How the hell are you supposed to do that one counterpart? I don't understand. Fuck, there goes my...
anyways, Brett, you gotta go now?
Yeah, it's gonna start to get too late.
Yeah.
Just because I got work at like 6 a.m. and I gotta get up at like 4:50 a.m. Kind of annoying.
As we wrap this up.
Are we closing?
Yeah, give her.
But you can.
No, we're pretty much done now.
Just,
all right, Brett, you want to give a shout out to yourself before you go?
Sure. I mean, I can't promise that I'll be active all the time, but if you subscribe to my channel, you'll definitely get content for a long time, probably like 4 years down the line.
Yeah, and
I'll be
sure to watch his.
Yeah,
duck.
I'll be producing content.
And if you watch nothing else, watch his duck video. If nothing else, you gotta watch that video. All right, what's up? You want to shout yourself out before you go?
Check out my channel. What's up 279 with a Z, or you can type in Brass to 455. I just do random shit.
Snick.
All right. Well, as you all know, I do KH videos of Vandalia. We're progressing farther into the series. Hopefully, we'll finish KH 2 soon. And I do other Let's Play videos. I just started uploading a race of Chicken Little on PS2 I did with my collaborator and friend MarioTube 101. And after seeing that Terminator 3 review that was overly positive, I'll tell you, it pissed me off enough to where I may want to just start working on it more.
And you know my channel is where you're watching right now, so check all these guys out. Links will be in the description below. And as always,